Can you give us a high level of what you do with deliberate doing and what your mission is and what you do for your clients?
Yes, thank you for asking. At a very, very high level, Daniel, my mission as a life coach is to help engineers or any professional, to be honest, create goals and reach the goals. That's what a coach does. They help someone reach their goals. Now, a lot of people don't have an idea of what their goals are. Some people do have an idea of their goals for their careers, but they don't know how to get there. We could go on, but at a very high level, that is what I do. And one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make as I talk to them through my coaching sessions or as I go and speak to groups at conferences, one of the biggest mistakes people make is the same mistake that I made in my own career, which was they are looking to their job to fulfill some kind of need that they have. And when the job doesn't end up doing that for them, then they're in a world of hurt and they don't know what to do about it. Or they might turn around and blame the job. They might blame people at the job. And you could go down many different rabbit holes. You could spiral quickly if you allow yourself to do that. So, my purpose is to help people avoid the same mistakes that I made.
Yeah. Are there certain directions you try to redirect them towards whenever they're trying to find their purpose as I guess the main approach to combat that?
Oh, thank you for asking that. What a great question. My job as a coach, Daniel, is not to direct them to go this way or that way at
Yeah.
all. That is not my style as a coach. Some coaches
Yeah.
may do that. My job is to help them unravel some of the weaknesses or some of the areas of improvement that they need to work on internally. Once they can unravel those and admit to those, then I help them strengthen their own foundation from within, because what I will say is that any external relationship, like your relationship with a job or a career, is always based on your internal relationship with yourself. And when you're not right with yourself, then everything you see out there, all of your experiences are going to come back in a negative kind of way. So now we're getting a little bit into the weeds, we're getting a little bit more advanced. So if people can understand what I just said, um, then they will understand how I operate as a coach and how I could help them.
And another thing that you have on your website is your guide, a guide to managing your career, expectations, purpose, and happiness. What's the purpose of that guide and what can people get out of it?
Yes, thank you. I have two guides actually
Yeah.
that people can download from my website. And the first one is the one you just mentioned.
Yeah.
It's simply a very high level guide of some items to keep in mind as you move along in your career. And so the whole purpose of the guide is to get people thinking about, okay, this is where I am. This is my perspective on happiness in the workplace. Am I maybe coming up with some unrealistic expectations? Am I expecting too much? So the guide is meant to challenge people's thoughts around having a career and what they expect. Because when we expect too much, then we're setting ourselves up to be disappointed. And then the
Nice.
other guide walks people through my new book that I released this year called Career Purpose: When Work Isn't Working for You. And it's basically, Daniel, at a very high level, again, it's a summary of each chapter. I've got 8 chapters in the book. And so it's a quick summary of what the book is about. Again, it's meant to challenge people and the way they think about their careers. so that they could perhaps open doors and think about things in a different way that they hadn't considered before.
I'm miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Now I'm not complaining, now I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated, I cannot explain in layman's. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries, thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify, they put me on the station.